Hello, my name's David Travis. This is the UX Tea Break, and in this episode I'm looking at what you do when your team is focused on features. So this particular question comes from Hannah, and Hannah said, I work at a bank and the mobile app is very much behind other banks in terms of features. I'm always asked to ask users what features they want and in what order to create a backlog for the Scrum team. I've read a lot about contextual interviews, but what about when the bank lags behind other competitors and we need to get up to speed? Is it best to look at feedback surveys to see what people are asking for, even though it's not very reliable? So the reason I've picked this particular question is I think it gives you some insight into what happens when you're a user researcher with a much more sophisticated understanding of user research than your team are. I think this is a team that's relatively low in terms of UX maturity. They're really focused on features. And this often happens in teams that have kind of swallowed the lean playbook whole. You'll be familiar with the whole idea of lean UX, where the focus is on validating your hypotheses, validating your ideas. Does the concept work? Test it out with users, identify features and iterate upon those. What they're missing when teams do this is they forget that there's another component to the lean playbook, and that's identifying the problem hypothesis, not just validating the solution hypothesis. So what's the user need? Now, Hannah is very much aware of that, and that's why she's talking about contextual inquiry, but she's being inundated with a team asking her questions about what features, when should we add them, what order should we put them in. So here's the approach I take to this particular problem. So first of all, I'd look at it rather than as a feature-based exercise. I'd provide some initial feedback to the team to help them make sure they can move forward. And so to do that, I'll look at the various competitors, and what I would then do is not do a feature by feature comparison. What I'll do instead is a task by task based comparison. I'll take Bank A, look at their app, what tasks does it support? I'll look at Bank B, their app, what tasks does it support? I'll merge all of those tasks together so that I get a long list of tasks that the various apps support. At that point, I'll put that long list of tasks in front of users of my bank's app or potential users, and I'll say, which are the tasks that are most important to you? I'll get them to prioritize that list of tasks. Then I'll take that list of tasks and follow one or two paths. The best path, I think, would be to run a usability test of 2 or 3 of these competitor apps using the tasks you've identified, the key tasks you've identified, and then based on that, work out which ones are doing it well and which ones are doing them poorly. Build upon those in a prototype, which I would then subject to another round of usability testing. Or alternatively, if you're too pushed for time, you could go straight to producing a prototype that you then usability test with your users. Again, focusing on those key tasks. The reason I recommend that particular approach to development rather than, say, going out and doing field research, when often I do recommend go out and do field research, is because here we've got a team that just aren't ready for that kind of research program yet. They need, first of all, to see what the benefits of doing UX research is about. And the way you do that is by giving them some immediate feedback and showing them the benefits. And this approach, where you go out, look at competitors, but make a task-based approach, rather than a feature-based approach, because then that's more user-centered. Following that approach, they can see that you're getting some immediate benefit from your involvement, and then you'll be able to say, oh, hey, do you want to know something more? We can also look at working out how to innovate in this product space as well, and we can do that by going out and observing people doing the meaningful activity which our product is based around. But by following that approach, you're more likely to win them over, I think, than if you insist straight away, oh no, we need to do this by the book and do the field research. If you do that, I don't think they're mature enough and you're likely to lose them, or worse still, they might want to lose you. So I hope you found that useful. If you did, please give the video a thumbs up. And if you have any questions you'd like me to answer, please post them below and I'll get around to them.